Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Andreas. Andreas is from Stockholm in Sweden, but he lives in Norway, in Oslo. So let's see what Andreas has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello?
Hello.
Hello Andreas, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Thanks for taking the time to do the interview with me.
No problem, sorry I'm a bit delayed, but yeah, I'm a big time optimist, so, and yeah. This is the first time I'm using Zoom actually, so.
Okay, yeah, it's good, it's a good platform. It's always good to do those interviews, and people they are using a lot now during this lockdown.
I've heard a lot about it, but I've been using other things, but yeah.
Okay, Andreas, just before we start the game, just tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Stockholm in Sweden.
Okay, and I believe you are living now in Norway.
Yes, Oslo, Norway. So it's almost the same thing. They're next to each other, so very close.
And you are living there because of work, because of studying?
For my ex, we moved in together, but then it ended, but now I have a new one. So, but it was because of love, basically, but also, yeah, just needed a new start in life.
Very good. And in your opinion, what's the biggest difference between Oslo and Stockholm?
Oslo is much smaller. There's less of most things. Like, it's a very much smaller city. Everything is more central. There's a lot of more like walking and bicycling compared to Stockholm, where it's more, you know, you have to take the subway basically anywhere. But yeah, and I mean, I guess the cultural life is different as well. But I mean, I only lived here 2 years compared to Stockholm 36 years. So, and then like 1 year here has been in lockdown basically. Yeah. So I basically only have 1 year of experience in Oslo. So it's difficult to compare. But I would say like, maybe because I'm sick of Stockholm, but it's cozier here. Like it's a more less hectic atmosphere compared to Stockholm, which is more like kind of a lot of business and stress. Yeah, I don't really like that. Yeah.
And what do you do for a living?
Well, at the moment, nothing. So I'm kind of freelancing in like film and media, but then when I got here to Oslo, I just needed a job, so I went back to restaurants, working in restaurants, which I've done before, and I decided I don't really like. I did it 1 year here before lockdown, so I was kind of ready to move on from that anyway, but then they closed everything down. So so at the moment, I'm kind of thinking about what to do with my life, but I'm probably gonna study something starting this fall, if things open up again, but hopefully they will.
For sure they will, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Andreas, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. We have got this lovely box here full of random fun questions, okay? So I'm just gonna play some music now just for us to get a bit in the mood before the first question. Ready?
Yeah. All right.
Let's do it. Okay, Andreas, ready for the first question?
Yes.
Let's do it. The first question is, what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
Uncomfortable?
Yes.
Oh, that's tricky. Talking in front of a lot of people, and like talking too much about myself, which makes this very. But I'm not uncomfortable now. But I remember like in school when you needed to have like a presentation, stuff like that makes me very nervous and uncomfortable when there's too much attention to me for those kind of reasons.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I think all of us, we have those moments when we cannot face big crowds, you know, but sometimes as well, the interview sometimes, I'm the same as well. It's funny enough, I'm very shy. But when I'm connecting with someone, like when I'm doing this interview, I forget about the camera. Can you imagine how weird and interesting things are? Because I can be very shy as well, like talking public or at the same time as well. But when I'm doing the interview as well, sometimes I really forget. I actually forget about that it's being recording. There's a camera. I just feel so comfortable doing that. So yeah.
But I mean, I think there's a difference when it's a conversation,
Yes.
and when there's just like you're by yourself talking. And I mean, because there's those kind of people who love the attention, who,
Yes.
you know, performers like pop singers and actors and all that stuff. But for me, it's kind of like, no, I don't want. I like a conversation, but when it's too much focus on me, I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable.
All right. Let's go for the second question. Let's do
Yes.
Right, let's go another question for you. Okay, Andreas, tell us what is your most embarrassing moment?
Oh, in my entire life?
Yes, something funny or embarrassing that happened to you.
My God, I could write a book. But there's so many. Wow. The first I can think of is like, this is when I was like a kid, like even before I was a teenager. I went to the circus with a friend. I was maybe like 11. Yeah, 10, 11 or something. And I just, because I was very like curious as a kid. So I found this hose on the ground that I wanted to like have a look at, and then I actually turn it on. So I hosed down like all of these people walking. This was outside the circus, so there was just people walking and waiting until to get in, and I just hosed down with this basically fire hose or whatever they used it for the circus. So just, you know, all these people so mad and wet with their clothes, including this performer from the circus who had this really nice suit on. So I tried to like run away and hide because I was, you know, terrified and I did something bad. And then he found me and he was like, "Why did you do that?" I was just like, I didn't mean to. So I just, that was, even though like today would just be like, sorry, it was a mistake. But as a kid, when you're 10, 11, that's, terrible.
Of course.
So that's like an embarrassing memory I will always carry with me, even though it didn't like really make an impact in my life somehow. But I've had worse for sure, but I tried, the ones I did as a grown-up, I tried to forget about as soon as possible.
Take like you tried to get a lesson out for those ones, that's for sure.
Yes.
Let's get another question for you.
Yes.
Right, Andreas, just before the next question, and in your opinion, what's the most challenging part of being of living in Oslo so far?
I don't really find anything challenging. I mean, the language sometimes, because it's pretty different from Swedish, but not enough to like speak English. So you understand it, but not 100%. It's definitely easier now, but there's still a lot of words and phrases, especially with some dialects, that can be very challenging. So that's always going to be a small struggle, I think. But
Cool.
also, a lot of things are very expensive.
Really?
I'm used to that now, but sometimes when you're shopping and you look at your accounts later on, it's still shocking.
I've been in Oslo. I've been as well in Stockholm a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been like at least 10 years ago in Stockholm, and I my God, it was one of the beautiful time I had because it was summertime. It was beautiful. Everyone was out, and I've been in Stockholm as well. But in in Oslo. But in Oslo, I went in the winter time. So it was very cold and snowy. But both of them there, I had a good time. That's for sure.
Happy to hear that.
Next question for you is, what do you miss the most of your childhood and why?
Um, um, Not being old and not having bills to pay. No, but I think the curiosity and the how you're easily amused by things. There were like you could have fun anytime, anywhere, doing anything. I think as an adult, you're more easily bored. Also, all the energy. Like I can look at kids now, and it's like, where is all this energy from?
Uh-huh.
Like today, as a grown up, go for a walk, and then I need a nap. You know,
And
you're always tired as an adult. Just like.
It's funny as well that what I miss the most of my childhood is the fact that when you were younger, like a child, your birthday, it took so long to arrive. Christmas time, I was waiting for the whole year. You know, it took nowadays. It's just like that. Christmas is just so that your birthday comes like it's so quick now. The time at the time you didn't see how you didn't feel the time going very quick. If you know what I mean. But now it's just like my birthday is today, like the next, it feels like in 1 week is again a birthday. You know what I mean? So fast. Time goes so fast right now.
Yes, that's definitely true. Time really goes by so quickly as an adult because you also have less to look forward to. As a kid, you were like, oh, like when you're in kindergarten, you're like, one day I'm gonna start school. And when you're in school, like one day I'm gonna like get old and have a job and everything is so exciting. And it's like, when you've done all of that, it's kind of like, well, now it's just getting older. That's all you have to look forward to. It's kind of depressing, but
the way life is, just need to face it.
Yeah, nothing to do about it.
Another question.
All right. Okay, I just want to add something to my answer about being uncomfortable. Dancing. Dancing. As a Scandinavian, I have no rhythm. And especially on camera and without alcohol. So I just wanted to add that.
That's all right. Not a problem at all. You're doing well. Okay, next question is, what do you like the most about yourself?
Oh, wow. Again, in the uncomfortable. I think my sense of humor is something like I like to have fun and joke around. Which you might not be able to tell now, but I need some time to warm up, you know. But then also, like when I am comfortable, I have no problem with just being myself and, you know, speak my mind and whatever. Which is maybe normal, but for some people it's less, or it's harder, you know. So.
No, I agree. Some people, they find difficult to express themselves or even to show their sense of humor, or, you know, because I think all of us we have, but sometimes we feel scared, afraid, you don't know how to address that. Totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. Another question.
All right.
What are you feel most proud of being Swedish?
Oh, I would say the freedom we have, or like when it comes to human rights and all that stuff. When you compare to other parts of the world, where some people, like minorities or even women, don't have that same rights. Like we were very good with equality. But also environmentalists and stuff like that. So I think we're a very evolved country. So I would say I'm proud of that. And like kind of lucky to be from there as well.
Absolutely, I agree. Okay, next question is, what your parents did or still do that comforts you the most?
My dad I inherited my very silly sense of humor from my dad. So his silly humor would comfort me. I mean, when I was a child, I would find it embarrassing because you're always embarrassed of your parents when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But especially looking back on it, it was comforting in a way. Like, I mean, whenever people are joking, and humor creates this kind of nice, comforting atmosphere, I think. So, and my mom, well, she isn't the jokey type, but instead she, just a very loving parent, but also very reasonable, and a great mom. Like everybody says that, but she's a great mom. So, yeah.
You have a brother and sister as well?
I have an older sister. Yeah.
Right. And so you are from Stockholm, the capital, or you are from another city close by?
No, I'm from Stockholm.
Stockholm. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Cool. Are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, this is fun. Again, a bit uncomfortable talking too much about myself, but sure, why not? It's fun.
It's a challenge, isn't it? It's like, we like that.
It is.
Sometimes it's good to talk and express ourselves and also go back in our memories as well. It's refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another question.
All right.
Okay, next question for you is, if someone offered you to tell your future, would you like to hear it or not?
Oh, that is quite scary. I think parts of it, like I don't think I would want to know like when I'm gonna die or how and where, but more like I think career-wise, because at the moment I don't know what I should want to do or I should do. So I'd be curious about that. But yeah, it's a tough one because it's opening the Pandora's box. Should I? Shouldn't I? So, but yeah, maybe a little. Yeah.
I think we want to know, but not everything. We want to know just a guide, just more or less to see where we're going direction, but we don't want to know, like, as you said, about we're going to die or these or like main points. Just want to know more or less which path you are taking.
Yeah, details, like small details.
Yeah, just for you to okay, I think I'm going the right direction. I totally agree. Another question for you.
All right.
Right, another question for you. Right, good question. If you could give just one advice to your prime minister back home, which one would be?
Like now regarding
something, anything that if you could give, if you could sit down with yourself, I'm gonna like to give just one advice, which one would be? Could be anything.
But the one in Stockholm or in Oslo? Because I have different advices.
Okay, so let's say, just because you mentioned, let's say one each. One for Stockholm and one for Oslo.
In Stockholm, I would like shut it all down. I'm quite perplexed by how they've been handling this whole situation in Stockholm or Sweden in general, and they're still complaining even though so much is open and the numbers just keep rising. So I would just shut it all down for like a short period, just to get some control over it. And here, I don't know. Well, I would say don't have like a 15 people birthday dinner during lockdown, which she actually did just a week ago. So I think she knows that, but that's the advice that comes to mind.
Very good. Good one. I like it. Another question for you.
All right.
Andreas, just before the next question, as you're saying that your parents, you're very supportive when you were younger, like always been. How was when you came out as gay? They were okay about it. They had your support.
There was no big coming out scene. Actually, it kind of progressed. But there was not really either. There was no shock or that there were no support, but it also wasn't like they were gonna, wave at the Pride Parade anytime soon. So it kind of just like we were typically Swedish, like not talking about personal or private matters so much. So it kind of I just sneaked in during a birthday dinner that I was bringing, my boyfriend at the time. And then he came and that was that. So very boring answer, but there was no big drama, but there was also no like crying and hugging and accepting that way. So
okay, cool. Next question for you is, what does love mean to you?
Deep question. Love means I think accepting someone completely for who that person is. Very cheesy answer maybe, but I think that's true because it's like when you get married, for better or worse, which is a sentiment I think you should have even when you're not getting married, like and even with friends and family, like anyone in your life, because some people try to change people, which I think is not right. I mean, you can help people get better, but that's not the same thing as changing. So yeah, but I think that's accepting for better or worse.
Very good. And do you believe as well there are different kinds of love?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, you have, I think, friends. Love for your friends is in a way as important as for a partner. But even with a partner, you can love them differently and on different terms,
Absolutely. And I believe as well for family, even for your pets, even for people around you. I think there are different kinds of love, but I believe all of them, they come from a special place. This nice feeling when you love someone. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Another question.
All right.
Okay, next question for you is, tell us something interesting about yourself.
Jesus.
You see, it's the magic box make you talk, because you said you don't like to talk about yourself.
This is worse than a job interview. It's like say 3 positive things about yourself. But I was trying to think of something interesting. An interesting contrast is that while I do love horror films, which is a big passion of mine, almost the more violent, the better. I still, as a person, is very much a pacifist. Like I never been in a fight. I've almost been in one, but then I always run away or I talk myself out of it. So I don't know how to fight or punch someone. I've been punched in the face, but I have never punched back. But I mean, I would also never own a gun. So I'm very much against real life violence, but for some reason I love it in movies. I love a really gory horror movie. I don't know why.
one of the most horrible films I ever watched was Texas Massacre. Texas Massacre. Have you
Texas
seen it?
Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was the worst, like the worst ever. I watched it a few times. A friend of mine who lives in Holland, in Eindhoven, in Holland. I've been there a few times, and he loves movies as well. Sometimes, let's watch a movie. And we were talking about horror movies, and I told him about this one, and he told me the same thing. He said, "Oh my God, William, I remember this movie because it was so horrifying that oh my God, I couldn't sleep like properly thinking about it. Just remember these people like holding the wall like this because the guy was pulling them. That one for me was the worst. Like this, oh my goodness.
I love those kinds of movies.
Maybe it's because you loved the movies. You'll be a good director, like horror movie directors. Imagine, my God, imagine you directing those movies. Would be
Well,
the worst,
I mean,
the worst.
Movies is cheating, so it's never scary.
Yeah.
Actually making them, but watching them, like I like to be scared. It's fun. It's the adrenaline, you know. It's
yes. But I think for me, what makes for me particularly, I like more the gets me scared. Is more scared is the thriller one. You know the thriller one. That one. That doesn't need to be like with horror, like kill or anything, but just this scary moments that they have. My God, it just kills me. But I like that. Well.
Yeah. My boyfriend is like that. He can't handle suspense. So whenever there's like even like slightly suspenseful in a film, like he covers his eyes with a pillow, or like if I'm in the bathroom, he like gets up and he's like walking back and forth. He's like, "Are you coming back soon? Like I can't handle this." But I just love it. So
good.
Yeah.
You see something interesting about yourself. Good one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Another question for you.
Okay.
Okay, good question. If you could make up a new school subject, what would be and why? Imagine how to make horror movies. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would have loved that subject when I was in school, but I don't think it's useful for many people.
Not at all.
But I would say something in the line of social learning, like when it comes to interacting with people, including treating people the same, and not being an asshole.
I see. It's funny because this question came to someone, and the person said the same thing as well. She said that I would make up a subject how people can, be sociable with other people as well, and accepting with other people as well. Like be open-minded, somehow. I think the children, if they would learn that early age, I think the world would be in a different place. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
yes. I don't recall learning anything about that. And I mean, you would have less bullying as well, because bullying is always a problem.
Absolutely.
So something along that line, I think.
Very good answer. Very good. Okay, Andreas, I have 3 questions left for you, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Next question. Let's do it. Tell me something that you won, and how did you win it? Something special.
I haven't won that many prizes, but I did one at it was a horror film festival in Rio, and so I had a film screen there, and they gave me the award. Let me see, the funniest horror film not to be taken seriously. That was the name of the prize. I think they made it up just for, like, they personalized the prizes for the films, but it was still a prize, so I was kind of proud of that. Yeah.
You said in Rio de Janeiro, you said?
Yeah.
You've been in Rio?
No, I was never there, but I sent my movie there, and they accepted it. But I was working, so I couldn't go.
Oh, that's sad.
It's a shame, but I've been to a few other festivals around the world, so
Okay,
it's okay.
that's good. Good. 2 questions left.
All right.
Do it. All right. Next question for you is, which season of the year you feel more connected with and why?
Summer. I am definitely a summer person, which is maybe strange because I'm Scandinavian, so I'm supposed to like the cold, but I don't. I don't like the cold. I prefer being too hot and just being able to be outside, you know, lay in a park in the grass or drinking a cold beer in like an outdoor bar, or just sitting on my balcony in the sun, you know. Yeah, so I just like summer and warmth.
Very good. And is your birthday around summertime as well?
It's close. It's mid-April.
Okay.
So here it can be very much like 50-50 chance. Last year was great because it was very hot or warm, so you could sit outside. But sometimes it's actually still snowing, so you never know. But usually it's at least warmer than, you know, February, March, so it's okay.
Cool. I just asked that because I've been told once that when your birthday, you feel more connected with the season when you were born. And for me, it works well because I love the autumn, and I was born in November. I just know, of course, I like summer as well, winter, all of them. But for me, I feel so connected with autumn for some reason. I just love it, and for me, it works well because my birthday is in autumn.
All right, Sam.
Right, ready for the last one?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay, Andreas, ready for the last question?
For the first? Yeah, I'm ready for the last one.
Let's go. Let's go for the last one. Right. If you were to raise a child, what are the most important things would you like them to learn?
To treat people with respect and be, you know, nice person. It's difficult, but yeah, I think that. I mean, the whole aspect about how to treat people, and, you know, be open-minded, kind, all that stuff. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Okay, Andreas, now let's play the quick thinking game, okay? So I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind, okay?
All right.
You're like, ooh, don't worry, it's very easy.
Okay.
Okay, so if I tell you religion, which word comes to your mind?
Atheist.
Okay, it's okay. Love?
Couple.
Okay. Money?
Broke.
Family?
Parents.
Life?
Death.
Sex?
Cuddling.
Okay. Politics?
Boring. But I don't think it's boring. I don't know why I said boring.
What comes to your mind? It's what comes to your mind. How about fear?
Death. Can I say the same word? Because it
You can.
came.
You
Yeah.
can. Absolutely. Friendship?
Love.
Desire?
Sex.
Regrets?
Old friends.
Okay. Wish?
Career.
Happiness?
Love.
Okay. And how about if I say Stockholm? One word.
Home.
Okay. How about Oslo?
Home.
Okay. And the last one now. Horror movies.
Love.
Hey!
Oh, that was scary.
You see? Right. Let's play now. Andreas in the magic box, and you can ask me a question, okay? Okay, Andreas, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, I'm very interested in all these interviews you've done with people all over the world, right?
Yeah.
So what has been, it's like two questions in one, but what would you say is the biggest similarity between people from different cultures, and what is the biggest difference?
Wow, you're really good with questions, because I've done already over 300 people worldwide and no one asked me this question yet.
Wow.
Very good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you're gonna make, you put me in the spot now, you're gonna make me think now, yeah? Now it's my turn to read the spot.
Mm-hmm. You wanted a question.
You see? Right, so I think that, okay, I'm gonna start with the similarity between most of the people I've done already the interview with. I believe that everyone, like around the world, everyone who already, not just who participate on my show, but I believe everyone around the world, everyone has a story to tell. I think all of us, we have a story to tell. But as your question, with people that I've done already the interview with, I think the more similarity is people that always leave a positive message. I think it doesn't matter which question came along, but I think in the end of the interview, everyone's like have the intention, or naturally leaves a positive message or something that they believe, something that. So I think everyone leave this positivity around. I think that's the more similarity. And the opposite side. Now I'm gonna think now the opposite. Wow. I'm going to need to edit this a long time. I'm going to need to cut all of that. Right. I think that the big difference, for all of people they've been here on the show, I guess, is they always have a different point of view. That's different. Like all of them, there is something different that's. All of the people who participate on the show already, they don't have it. It's something there. Could be a way of they answer a question, could be a point of view that they share, could be something that, but always, again, the similarity is people they always leave a positive message. And the other side, I think everyone always has as well something different, something to share different. It doesn't matter what, could be a way of thinking, a way of expressing, a point of view. Could be anything, but I think everyone has something different. It could be anything, but there's always something, a little different points or spots that people has compared with the other ones has already been on the show. That's for sure.
Wow, that's cool.
Good answer?
Yes, that was a good answer.
Oh wow, you made me think. I was like going around, right? Now yeah.
I was afraid someone already asked it, but I was curious.
You did very well. Again, you see how, again, it's a good example. You see how there always someone has a different question, or there's always something different. That's what makes the challenge good, I think, the most interesting part of the show. Andrea, did you have a good time?
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah,
it was nice to talk to someone else than the few people I know here. Which I rarely meet anyway, so it's always just nice to talk to people.
Good.
Yeah.
I just hope I made your day different, that your routine out of your routine as well. I just hope you have a good time, and I'm sure the whole aim of the show is for people to connect with each other. And I'm sure when this interview goes live, people from maybe other part of the world is gonna watch this interview. You're gonna go like, oh, actually, I love horror movies, like he does as well. You know what I mean? That's just about people connect with each other. That's the whole part of the show. Before you go, would you mind to share a positive quote or positive message, something that inspires you in life?
I thought about a quote from a Swedish movie, but I'm gonna say it in English, which I think is very nice. It's from a movie called Together, where they say, it's better to eat oatmeal together than a nice steak by yourself, which I think is a nice quote.
It's a very nice quote, and again, no one, all of the more than 300 people, no one said this one yet. You see, very good one.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing the positive quote. And
thank you for having me on.
Amazing. It was a pleasure. And just before you go, I would like you, let's pretend that I'm going to have a coffee with your best friend, and I'm going to ask your best friend, tell me the most beautiful thing about Andrea, and tell me something that he still need to improve on. What do you think your best friend will tell me?
Something beautiful about me? I think they would say I care about people. I try to give people attention and, you know, spread love. I think and work on is definitely my what's the English word? Like self-confidence.
Okay.
Yes. How I view myself on, you know, stuff like that.
And friends, they know. In friends, they know very well because they can see us and they know us very well. So
they know.
That's sure. Yeah. Andrea, this was a pleasure. Thanks so much for the interview. It was a pleasure to have you in the show. Okay. Enjoy your day and keep in touch. I'll keep in touch with you. Okay.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Care.
Bye. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.